Assalamualaikum, ladies and gentlemen. May I have your attention? First of all, I will to welcome all of you to this forum. In this session, we would like to have a forum about petroleum car versus EV car. To buying a electric car, cost is high. They offer hard saving in terms of fuel and maintenance, which make them cost effective as compared to petrol car. Plus, the benefit to environment and our healthy also put them one step above the petrol counterparts. Before the forum begins, allow me to introduce your moderator. My name is Ahmed Janati Hariri bin Muhammad Nazir. So, panel number one, Syaril Alif Afian bin Syamsul Nizam. And panel number two, Muhammad Aiman Farhan bin Jafar. Panel number three, Muhammad Iqbal bin Muhammad Johar. So let's begin. To our first panel, the question is, what type of car are affordable?
Thanks for our moderator. Firstly, I want to answer the question about which this type of car are affordable. Generally, petroleum cars are often more affordable upfront compared to electric vehicle (EV). However, EV more offer lower operating costs over time due to less maintenance and the possession for cheaper electricity compared to gasoline. Affordability also depends on factors like government incentive, availability of used model, and the cost of fuel or electricity in your region. As technology advances, the upfront cost of EV is decreasing, making them more competitive in terms of affordability. When considering affordability, it is essential to evaluate the total cost of ownership, including fuel, maintenance, incentive, and possession serving over the vehicle lifespan. Some regions offer tax credit or incentive for purchasing electric vehicles, making them more financially appealing. While EV may have a higher initial cost, long-term saving on fuel and maintenance could balance out the overall expense. The affordability of petroleum car is influenced by fluctuating fuel price and ongoing maintenance costs, which can vary based on the make and model. Used petroleum cars are often more budget-friendly than their electric counterpart, especially in the current market. That's all my answer. Thank you.
Thank you to our first panel. We go to next panel number two. The cost to environment about our forum.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Thank you to the moderator. Before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Aiman Farhan bin Jaafar, and my matric number is J23A0648. So, the environmental impact of petroleum costs and electric costs involves several factors, including emissions, resource extraction, manufacturing processes, and end-of-life consideration. Before I go through them one by one, I would like to inform you guys that what I'm about to talk later is based on multiple articles that I found on the internet. So, without wasting any time, I would like to begin with the impact of petroleum costs on the environment. First, I would like to start with greenhouse gas emission for petroleum cars. Petrol cars emit carbon dioxide and other pollutants such as nitrous oxide and methane during combustion. Plus, the extraction, refining, and transportation of petroleum also contribute to greenhouse gas emission. This means that it is not the only car itself that contributes to greenhouse gas emissions, but also the process of turning the raw petroleum into fuels, producing even more greenhouse gases. My next point is air pollution is that that is produced by petroleum gas. As I mentioned earlier, petrol cars emit carbon dioxide and other pollutants such as nitrous oxide and methane during combustion. So, it is true that petroleum cars can lead to air pollution. As a result, haze, acid rains, and global warming could easily happen. My last point for the impact caused by petroleum cars on the environment is sound pollution, especially high-powered engine will produce louder sound. Therefore, it will disturb people surrounding it. For example, a sleeping baby suddenly wakes up due to the loudness of the engine roar. Now, let us move on to the impact caused by electric cars on the environment. First is greenhouse gas emission. Since it was fully powered by electricity, it produced zero tailpipes emission during operation. However, emissions might be associated with electricity generation, depending on the energy mix of the grid. It still contributes to greenhouse gases, but not as much as petroleum cars do. I have pointed out earlier that electric cars do have no tailpipes emission, so it contributes less to air pollution locally compared to petroleum cars. It can reduce chances for haze, acid rains, and global warming from happening. Finally, electric cars do not produce any sound pollution due to no engine use. So, what can I conclude here is that petrol cars contribute to air pollution and greenhouse gas emission during operation. It also depends on fossil fuel, contributing to resource extraction and associated with environmental issues, while electric cars offer a cleaner alternative during operation, especially if charged with renewable energy. However, it also has environmental impacts associated with resource extraction and manufacturing processes. If you guys ask me which type of cars I would buy, I would say electric cars because for me it seems like electric cars are better than petroleum cars in terms of lower greenhouse gas emission, lower air and sound pollution produced. Even though I know that electric cars would be more pricey, I would be happy with it. The more you pay, the more you get. Am I right? Transitioning to electric vehicles and adopting cleaner energy resource for electricity generation can contribute to a reduction in environmental impact of transportation. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you to our panel number two. So great the works he say. Now we go to panel number three. Um, the question about, is this gas suitable to use in our country?
Thanks to the moderator. I would like to answer your question, which is this car is suitable to use in our country? Petroleum car and EV car is two different type of car in our country. This is because one of it use different way to keep the engine running. For petroleum car, it use gasoline, which is petrol and diesel, and EV car is using battery. In Malaysia, petroleum car is the most suitable car to use. This is because it is easy to find gas station anywhere we go to refill our gas. But when it turns to EV car, only certain gas station that provide the charger to refill the battery percentage. Unfortunately, it is not all rainbows and sunshine when it comes to owning an EV. Places such as China and Europe are far ahead in the EV game, having already built a robust EV infrastructure with plenty of charging stations to put their owners' mind at ease. Compared to them, Malaysia is still at entry level. As such, it is a much harder task for Malaysians to find a charging station. However, you will need to be prepared and make sure you fully charge your vehicle before long distance traveling. This is not to say that we are completely lacking in charging station. According to Reglobal, There are approximately 600 EV charging stations across the country. Thus, it should be noted that it does take quite some time to charge a EV car battery, depending on the remaining charge and the strength of the charger. Topping up an EV battery can take as little as 30 minutes to as long as 12 hours. The most efficient way to guarantee that your EV car won't run out battery is to install a charge station within your own home so you can max out the battery overnight, which brings us to our next point. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, panel number 3, to throwing a full and complete concept. Thank you to all 3 of our panel for being willing to attend and voicing their opinion. I seem like time is very jealous of us. Thank you. That's all for today. Thank you. Thank you for your listening, and goodbye. Thank you.